Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to present our heavenly little headliner and collector of 2 gold records, the girl with the orchid voice, Miss Sandra DeMar.
Go on away and leave me alone. I want to be by myself when I cry. And there's gonna be some crying, 'cause I just told my baby goodbye. Get out of here and leave me alone. I don't care whether I live or I die, 'cause my life's already over. It ended when you told me goodbye. Why is it everything happens to me and my dreams all explode in my face? He was my own for a while, but he's gone, and I know no one can ever take his place. So go away and leave me alone. I've got a right to my own private pride. Coming down with the sorrows, 'cause I just told my baby goodbye. Why is it everything happens to me and my dreams all explode in my face? He was my own for a while, but he's gone, and I know
Good evening,
no
Lieutenant.
one.
Evening, Ramon.
No
Is
one
this visit
can
official?
ever take
Oh, there's nothing to worry about. We'd like to talk to Miss DeMar when she's through singing.
Would you give her something while you're waiting?
Thank you, no, we're on duty.
Leave me alone. I've got a right to my own private cry. I'm coming down with the sorrows, 'cause I just told my baby goodbye. 'Cause I just told my baby goodbye.